Chesley has been absolutely fabulous.
I like the way that Chesley will take the time to explain something, and I feel like I'm sitting in his classroom.
The Locked On Podcast is your new place to keep up with your team every day. Falcons, Hawks, Braves, Bulldogs. Expert analysis on Atlanta and SEC sports. Listen and subscribe at 11alive.com/lockedon.
News happens fast. Stream it faster. 11Alive News is now on Roku. Stream live newscasts and watch on demand. 11Alive News. Stream now on Roku.
Crash is definitely the funniest.
He makes it enjoyable as far as the traffic, be it good or bad.
He just feels like your Uncle Joe that's on the show, that's out there to make everybody laugh and feel comfortable, yet bring important traffic reports.
Weather can't run from the all-new 11Alive Thunder Truck, a mobile weather center with the power and speed to chase down the strongest storms and bring you on-the-ground conditions.
Just weeks away from the Tokyo Olympics, fans are struggling with the news that American sprinter Shikari Richardson may not be making a run for gold this year. The 21-year-old accepting a 1-month suspension after testing positive for marijuana. Richardson turned heads with her speed and style, dominating in the 100-meter dash last month, a victory now invalidated because of the drug violation. In an exclusive interview on Today, she said she used marijuana to cope after the death of her mother.
I know what I did. I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm allowed not to do, and I still made that decision, but not making an excuse.
Now, hundreds of thousands have signed an online petition to let Shikari run. Athletes, celebrities, and public figures coming to her defense while her Olympic dreams appear to be on hold, at least for now. Richardson says she still has plenty of games left in her. You're watching 11Alive, where Atlanta speaks. 11Alive News at noon starts now. Right now, the family of a hit-and-run victim continues to look for answers, the new incentive they're offering in order to get information. And we have the latest developments surrounding the pro golfer shot and killed at a country club in Cobb County. Well, we're now learning about that investigation. And right now, the search continues for victims in the Florida condo collapse, why officials hope demolishing the tower will make the search safer for those rescue crews. First, this noon hour, a family hoping a bigger reward and new billboard will help catch the driver who hit and killed their loved one. Tracy A. McPeer joins us live from Johns Creek with the family's efforts to get justice for Richard Bartlett III. Good afternoon, Tracy.
Good afternoon. Now, the reward for information is now up to $12,000 as police search for the driver who hit and killed Richard Bartlett III on the side of McGinnis Ferry Road and then just took off. Now, according to Johns Creek police, Bartlett was helping a friend move on June 2nd. They pulled over to the side of McGinnis Ferry Road near the Chattahoochee River to secure a mattress to the hood of the car. Now, that's when police say a dark-colored sedan, possibly a BMW, hit Bartlett and kept going. Bartlett is the son of a Gwinnett Sheriff's Deputy, Tamara Bartlett, who was following him in another car when it happened. The family hoping the bigger reward and this mobile digital sign that will travel through Johns Creek and around Gwinnett County will lead to an arrest. Now, anyone with any information on the driver or the car, they're being asked to contact Johns Creek Police or Crime Stoppers.
Tracy, thank you for that update. Now to a disturbing shooting on a Kennesaw Country Club golf course. Cobb County police are still working to track down the suspect who shot and killed 3 people over the weekend, including pro golfer Gene Siller. As Morris Sirianni explains, the motive is still unknown.
It all happened here over the weekend at the Pinetree Country Club. Police are now investigating this as a triple homicide. A day after Gene Siller's body was found, Cobb County police announced the bodies of 2 other men were located. Investigators say they were discovered in the bed of a Ram 3500 pickup truck located at the country club's golf course. One of the men was identified as Paul Pearson, registered owner of the truck. The other man has not yet been identified. Police say Siller was shot in the head Saturday when the same truck drove onto the green. He went over to investigate and was found dead near the 10th hole. The Georgia PGA issuing this statement expressing condolences. Members here tell us they're still in shock.
It didn't hit me until later, that this happened at our country club, and it was still can't believe it. A really nice guy, greeted everyone, treated everyone with respect, really good guy.
Friends and community members have started a GoFundMe for the family of Gene Siller. We have a link to that right now on 11alive.com. Just click on this story.
Atlanta police are also hoping to find answers in a deadly shooting Saturday in the Sweet Auburn neighborhood. This all happened on Williams H. Borders Drive around 1 a.m. They say a 31-year-old man was shot multiple times and he later died at the hospital. If you have any information that could help police track down the gunman, there is a $10,000 reward. Atlanta police are also still working to learn more about a brawl in downtown Atlanta this weekend that ended in gunfire, killing a 14-year-old boy. It happened Saturday night on McAfee Street. Now, officers say it was more than 50 kids out there, young people fighting before someone started shooting. 3 teens were hit, including the 14-year-old who died at Grady Hospital. Officers say a 17-year-old who had 2 guns on him was also detained. The 2 other victims shot have minor injuries. Neighbors say they're heartbroken to hear kids are the ones involved in this shooting, saying this really adds to their worries about crime in the city.
I just thought about my brother. I was pretty sure he knew him. He told me he did.
Yeah, that's young, but you know we got a lot of children around here with cells.
Officers are asking anyone with information on this to please come forward. Just into our newsroom, the Coweta asking everyone to be on the lookout for this woman. This is 65-year-old Terry Mullins Allen. She suffers from Alzheimer's and left her home on Old Carrollton Road last night around 7. If you see her, the Coweta County Sheriff's Office is urging you to call with any information.
All eyes down on Cuba, where Tropical Storm Elsa is about to make landfall there. Has been churning around here for a little while now, but will continue to push further off to the north. It is moving to the northwest at 14 miles per hour. Packing winds up to 65 miles per hour. Will continue right along the western coast of Florida here and head into our state, mainly the southeastern portions of the state. I'd say Wednesday into Thursday, and that's where we'll feel the brunt of any impacts of the storm that's left over. Right now, saying winds up to about 35 miles per hour will mainly affect our southeastern counties here, far enough from the metro area that we won't see much from the storm at all, but that tropical air mass will ignite some thunderstorms mainly during the afternoon. See those cumulus clouds popping up over us? Yeah, more of those will happen as we head through the afternoon thanks to the daytime heating, and that moisture is surging back to our area as well. You'll see a few more clouds for tomorrow than you do today, and our chance of rain goes up as well. Today we're looking at 91 degrees for the forecast high. Aisha, back to you.
We are hearing from the family of an Atlanta police officer for the first time since he was shot last Wednesday while responding to a call. Investigators say Officer Tais and another officer were ambushed by a gunman inside a Midtown apartment complex. In an exclusive interview with Chanu Her, Officer Tais' older brother says he's a hero who still has a long road to recovery ahead.
One brother is a medical student, the other an Atlanta police officer and member of the United States Army. Phuc and Quang Thai are hardworking brothers pursuing an American dream backed by their mother.
As immigrants, we are grateful for the opportunities that we have here. So both my brother and I want to contribute back to the country and the community. Even though we choose different career pathways, we have the same reason for choose the things that we do, is to help people and to serve the community.
Phuc says his brother became an Atlanta police officer because he's always been someone who helps others. And now Phuc, their family, and others are stepping up to help Officer Thai. He's recovering in the hospital after a gunman ambushed him at a Midtown Atlanta apartment complex last Wednesday, shooting him in the face and badly injuring him. Phuc says his brother's co-worker was the one who first told him about the shooting.
Once I asked for further details, it was shocking, and I can never, forget that moment. I still remember every details. The fact that he's still alive is a miracle.
Officer Thai's family is encouraged by his progress with recovery, but Phuc says a full recovery will take time.
He can ambulate a little bit, but he still has some dizziness and problems associated with the fact that there is still a bullet in the head.
But Phuc says the endless support from APD Police Chief Rodney Bryant, Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, and their extended family gives the family strength and shows what kind of hero his brother is.
He's a very kind, hardworking person.
Officer Tais' brother says they also want to thank the Vietnamese community for their support during this difficult time. You can also help support Officer Tais' family. They've set up an online fundraiser. You can find that in this story on 11alive.com. Right now, crews have resumed work at the collapsed condo building in Surfside, Florida. So far, 24 bodies have been recovered. 121 people are still missing. All this as Tropical Storm Elsa takes aim at Florida. NBC's Vaughn Hilliard has the latest.
Last night's demolition of that condominium complex here in Surfside, the part of it that had yet to fall following its initial collapse 12 days ago, came after a striking decision here by local officials. There was concern that that building could unintentionally collapse itself, potentially harming not only the rescue teams that were on top of that rubble, but also making that very recovery effort even more difficult. The Miami-Dade County Mayor addressing the very questions and the concerns over that demolition's impact on that recovery effort.
We brought down this last tower in a controlled way that did not in any way interfere with the site where we're searching. And in fact, it opened up an area that we'd not been able to search before. So we owe it to all of those waiting to give this pile and open it up for search.
Those rescue crews were already back out on the rubble here this morning with more than 100 individuals still unaccounted for. And the concern is that there's potential wind gusts and rain incoming as soon as today from Tropical Storm Elsa. As it makes landfall, it makes its way here to Surfside. Here in Surfside, Florida, Vaughn Hilliard, NBC News.
The COVID vaccine you recently got might not be your last one. How new strains of the virus could impact whether or not you have to get another shot. Next.
.com/lockedon.
News happens fast. Stream it faster. 11Alive News is now on Roku. Stream live newscasts and watch on demand. 11Alive News. Stream now on Roku.
Crash is definitely the funniest.
He makes it enjoyable as far as the traffic, be it good or bad.
He just feels like your Uncle Joe that's on the show, that's out there to make everybody laugh and feel comfortable, yet bring important traffic reports.
Weather can't run from the all-new 11Alive Thunder Truck, a mobile weather center with the power and speed to chase down the strongest storms and bring you on-the-ground conditions. The 11Alive Thunder Truck, sponsored by Landmark Dodge.
They come in every day with the same spirit, with the same professionalism.
You can see the passion that comes with their reporting.
Even delivering the bad news is just a great environment that they're presenting to us.
How can you really tell whether a viral story is true or false? 11Alive's Verify breaks down the claims with facts and experts so you can know whether you're seeing truth or misinformation. Watch Verify only on 11Alive News.
Morning news is just a little bit of everything to give everyone what they need to start their day. Chesley does a fantastic job of making it relatable and making it digestible. Crash with Traffic makes it so interesting, and I love his energy. Francesca is so smart and brilliant, and I love the way she researches stories. You're always going to get the most accurate information.
Watch Aisha, Francesca, Chesley, and Crash on the 11Alive Morning News, weekdays 5 to 7.
Chesley, I just think that he's a great weather guy. He really knows what he's doing.
I love the weather because Chesley has been absolutely fabulous.
I like the way that Chesley will take the time to explain something, and I feel like I'm sitting in his classroom.
The Locked On Podcast is your new place to keep up with your team every day. Falcons, Hawks, Braves, Bulldogs. Expert analysis on Atlanta and SEC sports. Listen and subscribe at 11alive.com/lockedon.
News happens fast. Stream it faster. 11Alive News is now on Roku. Stream live newscasts and watch on demand. 11Alive News. Stream now on Roku.
Crash is definitely the funniest.
Celebrations will continue today with so many people off of work, and the Georgia Department of Natural Resources is asking you to be safe. As of last night, DNR says they made 15 boating under the influence arrests and responded to 2 boat explosions. One on Lake Lanier sent 2 people to the hospital. The agency is also reporting a 22-year-old man drowned on Lake Hartwell. If you're going out on the lake or river, be aware the state is cracking down on dangerous activities. People gathered in Dunwoody this morning to celebrate the 4th of July. They may be a day late, but it didn't stop them from parading around in style. 11Alive Stephen Boise was there and was able to catch all the flair.
It feels wonderful. It was really nice to come out here this morning to see the crowd lining up one by one.
It feels like we're out of jail. Everybody is unmasked and our community is back, and it feels just wonderful to be alive and out with everyone.
Oh, it feels fantastic just to have the sense of community and have everybody together again.
Independence is so important because it's freedom. You know, everybody wants to get out and do everything, you know, be free and just get out and celebrate with everybody, you know, just have a good time and enjoy themselves.
I look at everybody out here. Everybody's talking, laughing, friendly. This is what America's about.
It's great to see everyone out here on a beautiful day. The sense of community is fantastic out here.
Like last year we weren't able to do this, but I'm happy now that we're all able to get together and just celebrate independence.
And in our nation's capital, people gathered on the grass of the National Mall. Even the White House held its own summer bash, hosting 1,000 essential workers and military families to declare independence in more ways than one. The White House hasn't set a new vaccination goal because the country missed the president's goal of 70% of adults to be vaccinated with at least 1 shot by the 4th. But the road ahead looks more challenging with vaccination rates slowing down all across the country. The COVID-19 vaccine you got this year likely isn't going to be your last. New strains of the virus could likely play a role in determining if and when we'll roll up our sleeves again. Here's our Y Guy.
Every year you hear the call, time for your flu shot. Some vaccines are one and done. Others require a booster months or years down the road. We don't know yet, but the COVID shot you got this year may not be your last. Let's look at why. While all indications are the current vaccines are doing a good job of protecting us from COVID-19, we don't know how long that protection will last.
They provide great immunity, but maybe it's only for 5 years or 8 years. And if you think about like tetanus, fantastic vaccine, you get a booster every 8 to 10 years to maintain that immunity.
There's also the issue of variants. As the coronavirus multiplies, it occasionally makes mistakes, leading to mutant versions. It happens with every virus. Changes in the flu virus are why we have yearly vaccines that are updated to keep up with the changes.
It's very easy to change them to respond to a new variation of the virus and maintain the same safety.
So far, COVID variants haven't strayed too far from the original, so the current vaccines still work. Think of shooting at a target. The variants haven't drifted outside of range, so the vaccine can still hit them. If there's a variant that drifts away from the target, the vaccines will need updating and will need fresh shots.
In this case, it wouldn't be a booster, but a new immunization to provide that broader immunity to protect against the drifted mutant viruses.
If enough people are vaccinated, the amount of COVID immunity worldwide could reduce the amount of virus enough that future shots aren't necessary.
Well, all eyes on Cuba as Elsa continues to push a little bit further inland. So we'll be watching that as it continues to push across the island, and then we'll head right on up toward Florida, moving into the Gulf on the west side of the peninsula here, and will likely make landfall, I'll say late Tuesday, going into Wednesday is when we'll see that. And then it will move into our state, but mainly over toward the far east is where we'll see that. Biggest impacts will be down in our southeastern counties. For us, meanwhile, we won't see much of impacts from the storm except for that tropical moisture that will be over us. And when they factor in the daytime heat, fading. That's when we'll see those scattered or isolated thunderstorms begin to pop up. Nothing much out there right now except for the clouds. We do have those cumulus clouds bubbling up, and we won't see any rain coming out of those clouds at all for today. Temperatures in the 80s, well into the 80s. In fact, I think we'll hit the 90s later on this afternoon. You're close already over toward Athens at 88. That is the warm spot for this afternoon. The cool spot would be Blairsville. It's 70, well, actually Clayton right next door. You're at 78 degrees starting off this morning up there in the North Georgia mountains, 9 out of a possible 11. This is the Wizometer. It's how we rate your weather on a scale from 1 to 11, with 11 being the most perfect day we can have for this time of year. A little bit above our average, maybe a degree, right? We should be around 90. We hit that yesterday. I think we'll get right back up there again this afternoon, going for 91. And those cumulus clouds bubbling in may have something to say about my 91 degree forecast, but all in all, it will be a very warm afternoon. It already feels warm out there right now. That moisture and humidity, normally we talk about that this time of year. We didn't have that. Very rare to get a cold front come through and knock the humidity down just in time for the holiday weekend. And so we had that all weekend long. Another dry day today and even tomorrow, even though the moisture will start to increase. We will only see about a 30% chance for an isolated shower or two to pop up here. And so a lot of us won't get wet at all, but that chance increases as this storm, Elsa, gets a little bit closer to our forecast area. Again, by Wednesday, Thursday is when we're looking at that moving through our state. Well, Elsa, right now, packing winds up to 65 miles per hour. It is moving to the northwest at 14 miles per hour. We'll move right along the west coast of Florida where we have the tropical storm warnings that are in effect. It makes a landfall, we'll say, late Tuesday going into Wednesday near Cedar Key, Florida, and then move just to the east of Valdosta and then head further over into the Carolinas and then eventually back out to sea. But notice it'll be far enough east of North Georgia that, again, our impacts will be very minimal here. Here's how it all plays out. Our forecast track model, you can follow along with the time right now, right at the top of the screen, right above my head there. You see the cumulus clouds developing, and we'll see more of that once we get toward the afternoon. At times this afternoon, it will appear mostly cloudy, and you'll probably be thinking, hey, is it going to rain? He didn't say it was going to rain. No, I don't think you'll be seeing any rain at all. You'll see more clouds overnight tonight going into Tuesday morning. In fact, by Tuesday morning, we're looking at a mix of sun and clouds. By the afternoon, 30% chance for an isolated shower or two to pop up. Not everyone gets wet. In fact, most of us will remain on the dry side, but that chance increases as we head into Wednesday. In fact, we'll start off with mostly cloudy skies, and then once we get toward the afternoon, a 40 to 50% chance by 3 o'clock for some scattered showers around. That chance goes up a little bit to about 60% chance once we get toward early evening, and then we'll see that diminish, and then we'll start it all over again as we head into Thursday. In fact, I think that'll be our best chances for the rain, especially during the afternoon on Wednesday, Thursday. Temperatures in the low to mid 80s, 86 by Friday. We'll hold on to a 50% chance for the rain and hold on to it for Saturday as well, for both Friday and Saturday, even Sunday a 40% chance. So we remain unsettled for the rest of the work week. So enjoy this dry day today, Aisha.
After 2 long years, tens of thousands of people flocked to the A this weekend for the biggest 10K in the world. We have highlights from this 52nd annual AJC Peachtree Road Race and all the fun memories made this year.
And brilliant, and I love the way she researches stories. You're always going to get the most accurate information.
Watch Aisha, Francesca, Chesley, and Crash on the 11Alive Morning News weekdays 5 to 7.
Chesley, I just think that he's a great weather guy. He really knows what he's doing.
I love the weather because Chesley has been absolutely fabulous.
I like the way that Chesley will take the time to explain something, and I feel like I'm sitting in his classroom.
The Locked On Podcast is your new place to keep up with your team every day. Falcons, Hawks, Braves, Bulldogs. Expert analysis on Atlanta and SEC sports. Listen and subscribe at 11alive.com/lockedon.
News happens fast. Stream it faster. 11Alive News is now on Roku. Stream live newscasts and watch on demand. 11Alive News. Stream now on Roku.
Crash is definitely the funniest.
He makes it enjoyable as far as the traffic, be it good or bad.
He just feels like your Uncle Joe that's on the show, that's out there to make everybody laugh and feel comfortable, yet bring important traffic reports.
Weather can't run from the all-new 11Alive Thunder Truck, a mobile weather center with the power and speed to chase down the strongest storms and bring you on-the-ground conditions. The 11Alive Thunder Truck, sponsored by Landmark Dodge.
They come in every
The world's largest 10K made a return this weekend, though the fun had to be spread over 2 days. Everyone from first-time runners to seasoned vets had a great time at the AJC Peachtree Road Race. Photojournalist Luke Carter did us a favor of mashing up the biggest highlights along the course. It may be the end of the road for the Atlanta Hawks on their journey to the NBA Finals, but a new chapter is waiting to be written. The team making their city proud with their shocking season and determination to keep on rising.
And bring you on-the-ground conditions. The 11Alive Thunder Truck, sponsored by Landmark Dive.
They come in every day with the same spirit, with the same professionalism.
You can see the passion that comes with their reporting.
Even delivering bad news is just a great environment that they're presenting to us.
How can you really tell whether a viral story is true or false? 11Alive's Verify breaks down the claims with facts and experts so you can know whether you're seeing truth or misinformation. Watch Verify only on 11Alive News.
Morning news is just a little bit of everything to give everyone what they need to start their day. Chesley does a fantastic job of making it relatable and making it digestible. Crash with Traffic makes it so interesting, and I love his energy. Francesca is so smart and brilliant, and I love the way she researches stories. You're always gonna get the most accurate information.
Watch Aisha, Francesca, Chesley, and Crash on the 11Alive Morning News, weekdays 5 to 7.
Chesley, I just think that he's a great weather guy. He really knows what he's doing.
I love the weather because Chesley has been absolutely fabulous.
I like the way that Chesley will take the time to explain something, and I feel like I'm sitting in his classroom.
The Locked On Podcast is your new place to keep up with your team every day. Falcons, Hawks, Braves, Bulldogs. Expert analysis on Atlanta and SEC sports. Listen and subscribe at 11alive.com/lockedon.
News happens fast. Stream it faster. 11Alive News is now on Roku. Stream live newscasts and watch on demand. 11Alive News. Stream now on Roku.
Crash is definitely the funniest.
He makes it enjoyable as far as the traffic, be it good or bad.
He just feels like your Uncle Joe that's on the show, that's out there to make everybody laugh and feel comfortable, yet bring important traffic reports.
Weather can't run from the all-new 11Alive Thunder Truck, a mobile weather center with the power and speed to chase down the strongest storms and bring you on-the-ground conditions. The 11Alive Thunder Truck, sponsored by Landmark Dive.
They come in every day with the same spirit, with the same professionalism.
You can see the passion that comes with their.
We want to send a huge congrats to our Atlanta Hawks for an incredible run. Their season is over, but the future of the team is wide open. Interim head coach Nate McMillan says they shocked the NBA, turning a 14-20 record into 2 wins away from the NBA Finals. And the team agrees that this is far from a disappointment.
that we all understand that this is just the beginning. And I mean, it's fun. We have the city excited, and I mean, we want to keep it this way.
All right, thank you for watching. And Hawks, we are so proud of you, and we still believe we'll see you next season. Make it a great day, everybody. If you have the day off, you're observing the 4th. Remember, stay safe out there. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Really knows what he's doing.
I love the weather because Chesley has been absolutely fabulous.
I like the way that Chesley will take the time to explain something, and I feel like I'm sitting in his classroom.
The Locked On Podcast is your new place to keep up with your team every day. Falcons, Hawks, Braves, Bulldogs. Expert analysis on Atlanta and SEC sports. Listen and subscribe at 11alive.com/lockedon.
News happens fast. Stream it faster. 11Alive News is now on Roku.